For empty nesters, retirees, or anyone looking to simplify, downsizing could be the powerful option that helps you do so. But it's not a one-size-fits-all scenario. We'll cover strategies to free up equity while helping you live the lifestyle that you're looking for. Welcome to Homegrown Wealth, where you get the knowledge on how to use home ownership to help you build generational wealth. So, in today's episode, I'm going to be discussing wanting to downsize from a larger home to a smaller home and how to do it effectively. The first topic that we're going to get into is options for downsizing. So people downsize because they no longer feel they need the amount of space. Sometimes a home can just be too large. Typically, if you have a home that is 2,000 plus square feet to where you had children and, hey, they've gone off to college, they've graduated, and it's literally either you or just you and your spouse or anyone else in the home with you, it could be too much as far as trying to do the upkeep on daily cleaning, maintenance when it comes to the larger roof or a bigger HVAC unit that may cost more money to replace. So what we're going to discuss is why you will want a more low maintenance property that frees you up in time and money to do other things that you like to enjoy as you want to simplify your lifestyle. So nowadays, there's a variety of options when it comes to downsizing. So we can do a smaller single family home, townhome, or condo. Now, they also have some senior residential communities now that are strictly like either 55 plus and up, to where they have activities like paddleball, tennis. So they'll have different things to where you can get out and be active in the community to make more friends and keep in touch. Also, you even have now luxury spaces that are smaller, but they give all the amenities, all the upgrades, and all the features that you desire in your next home. So, how to assess if this is the right fit for you? So, write out why you want to leave your home. I think a lot of people know they want to move, but they don't have the exact reasons why they want to move. So sometimes writing it out and seeing it on paper helps you come to a decision on whether or not now is the time to downsize. And also, you can also start looking at properties online, or if you know you're serious, then hey, let's go ahead and tour some properties to see what might be the better fit for you. Next step is wanting to review your financing. So, is your home paid off? If your home is paid off, then it's really not a lot that you would need to do. It's just getting with a professional like myself who can give you a market analysis to let you know what is the possibility to sell for in this market. Now, if you still own your home, then it would be, let's gather the principal statement compared to what you could actually sell the home for and what you would be looking to make off the home to use towards the next. Now, if you still need to take out another mortgage, I always have professionals lined up as far as mortgage lenders that are ready to go, and they can help you look over options depending on how much you want to put down on the next property. Now, some other things that I would consider is when it comes to downsizing, it depends now because the market has changed from when you bought a home maybe years ago to now. So, maybe you're looking at a starter home started in the twos. You could be anywhere between the low twos to the mid twos, or depending on how nice you want to scale, you could be in the higher twos or up. So it really just depends on what you're looking for in your next home. So financial considerations, like we just discussed, would be your current expenses. So if you have a mortgage, figuring that out, your utilities, the net space, you will want it to at least be somewhat smaller so you're not paying the same cost when it comes to energy. Do you want to live in a more convenient area? Are you looking for more entertainment? Do you want to be in a place where there are amenities available? Is there a rec center to where you can get together? Are there tennis courts? They have subdivisions now with a community pool. So it's really what your heart desires. And there are some senior communities now too to where they take care of all the outdoor expense. So that's cutting the grass, trimming the hedges. You're pretty much living there and you're taking care of you and you're taking care of the home as it needs. So keeping those in mind would be beneficial to help you determine what would be best when looking to downsize. I know a lot of people say, hey, I may not want to be in a townhome or a condo. I don't want to be that close to neighbors. Maybe I still want a single family space. I think one thing to keep in mind too, if you have grandchildren, when it comes to a senior community, you have bylaws and restrictions. So finding out, hey, is it okay for the kids to spend the night? Or if the kids were to come down in the summertime, is there restrictions on that? So those are things to keep in mind too when looking to downsize if you still plan to host and entertain family on the holidays. Now we're going to move into our questions. Question 1, if I downsize and then decide that the housing doesn't work for me, what are my options? I literally just ran across this scenario. I met with a couple. I was at a new construction community here in Greenwood. I was helping another buyer who had literally just signed the contract for their home. They came in and they were looking at another option when it came to purchasing. So they purchased the home back in August of 2025. They love the home. They don't like the parking situation. So because of that, they were looking at getting into another home. Well, with them buying the home and pretty much not having any equity left over, it's really going to be that they want to come out of pocket to pay for anything additional when it came to the sale. And then if they didn't make enough money off their current home when they sold it, are they willing to take out a small mortgage so that they can get into their next home? So you really have to weigh the pros and the cons of if you don't like it, what would be your next steps? Do you have enough money to get out of it? Because it could be that you're coming out of pocket to make a move. So really do your research and rely on your agent to do research as well with you and to help you keep in line what your goals are and to remind you of your needs and your wants so that way you're not making the wrong decision when it comes to purchasing that next home. Question number 2, what do I do with all my stuff if I downsize? I love this question because I get so many people when we go look at a home and they're like, well, my furniture is not going to fit. So the purpose of downsizing is to move down in size. And so what if you sell your current furniture and you get something else? Or hey, maybe you just don't need that many pieces. Maybe a couch and a recliner is enough. Or maybe you having a love seat and a recliner is enough. Or maybe you don't need the full bedroom suite. Maybe you don't need a chest and nightstands and a dresser and a mirror and a bed. Maybe you can downsize. A lot of times now too, they have really nice walk-in closets and they're very spacious. So sometimes you could just get a better closet system, or you could move a chest of drawers into the closet. That's very popular now. So where if you needed it, you're able to go in there and get it so that if the room is smaller, it doesn't feel as crowded. So you have to keep those things in mind, but you have to remember what's more important. You trying to find a home to fit your furniture, or you getting a home that's going to fit and suit your current needs as you continue to live on in your life. Time for our history note. So let's look into this infographic of U.S. home sizes. What's so interesting is that when homes were smaller, more people lived in homes, and now that has switched. Infographic shows that the average size of houses in the United States has increased from 831 square feet to 1,790 square feet to 945 square feet in 1910 to 2,496 square feet in 2019. Over the same time range, the number of people living within each house has decreased. The average number of people per house in 1790 was nearly 6, but by 2019, the average number of people per house has dropped to 2.5. Isn't that amazing? And I always encourage people, that's like one thing that really, I tell people to keep at the forefront when they're shopping. Square footage doesn't seem important, but it's very important because as you grow, or if you are starting a family, you want to make sure you have the space to where you're not feeling as cramped every time a new member comes in. Or if a new member is leaving, the home is just feeling bigger and bigger and bigger. So typically, I would say 1,700 does seem about average when it comes to family size homes, if not greater. And most people are trying to get down from that. I had a client last year. It was just him. At first, it was him and his son. His son is now an adult, graduated college. He was like, hey, I'm in this house by myself. It was 1,700 square feet. I'm not using it. I'm literally either in the living room or my bedroom. It was time to sell. And that's what he did. So he sold. let's talk about some takeaways. So for those of you who are thinking about downsizing, I'm really excited for you because I know that it takes a lot to come to that moment. Reducing your home responsibilities frees you up to live the life that you're truly wanting to live. So let's recap what the takeaways will be for today. Downsizing is for you. If you want to gain more time and money for things and you want to explore because you have less upkeep, that's perfect. Equity. Definitely look at how much you can make off your potential home. Some people have been able to sell and buy another home cash and they no longer have a mortgage. So that's a beauty too. You get rid of a bill. And closing. Being able to say, hey, I've ended this chapter. This home no longer suits my needs. Maybe it's time for another family to come in and enjoy and live the rest of their life here, or for the meantime while they still have smaller children. It's just the perfect thing to see. I've been in many closings where you can just see the smiles. A chapter's ending for one family and it's starting for another. It's a beautiful thing. So in closing, I want to thank you for tuning into Homegrown Wealth, where we talked about the benefits of downsizing and if it's right for you. So I would appreciate if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you do have any questions, like I said, feel free to message me. You can email, call, text, however you need to get in touch with me. I love to hear from you. And I love when you send in questions.